Welcome to Cruise News, your daily update on everything happening at sea. Visit cruisenews.io to see today's stories and sign up for email alerts. For today's brief, we are plainly outlining 3 factual reports for you. We will cover the Mediterranean itinerary shifts happening with Celestyal Cruises, the structural and venue upgrades on Royal Caribbean's Returning Harmony of the Seas, and MSC Cruises' new fleet-wide medical wellness program.
Right, it is a very substantive lineup of industry news today.
It is. So let's get right into those Mediterranean itinerary shifts. Celestyal Cruises is making a factual change to their 7-night Idyllic Greece itinerary.
Yes, and specifically, as of May 12th, they have officially replaced Heraklion on the route.
Right, and they've swapped it for a smaller Cretan port, Agios Nikolaos.
Exactly, and the ship that made that inaugural call on May 12th was the Celestial Journey. Just for context, that is a 55,877 gross ton vessel.
Which is a sizable ship to bring into a smaller resort town.
It really is. On that inaugural call, it brought in approximately 1,100 passengers and crew.
And the demographics on that were quite broad, right?
Yeah, they reported those passengers and crew represented 32 different countries.
Okay, so let's outline the complete round-trip route so you know exactly where this ship is going.
Yeah.
It sails out of Athens.
Right, round trip from Athens. The exact calls go to Kusadasi, Turkey, then to Rhodes.
Followed by that new stop in Agios Nikolaos.
Yes, and then it finishes up with Santorini, Mykonos, and Milos.
And if you are currently looking at bookings, we should note that Celestyal has their iconic sale running. That runs through June 30, 2026.
With fares for this specific itinerary starting from $959 per person.
Which is notable because that covers meals, soft drinks, Wi-Fi, port fees, and gratuities. But I want to clarify something here. If you were looking at municipal planning, shifting a major cruise route to a smaller town requires serious preparation.
Wait, how do you handle the exact infrastructural logistics of dropping a major cruise ship there?
Well, you have to execute a major port berthing upgrade. You can't just dock a 55,000-ton ship without the right facilities.
Right. Who's coordinating that? It was heavily coordinated between Celestyal, the local port authority, and a consultant named Ioannis Bros of 5 Senses Consulting.
Okay. And what was the actual result of the upgrade?
The improvements now physically allow 2 large cruise ships to berth there simultaneously.
Wow, 2 at once. And the local economic projections really reflect why they made that investment.
They do. They have 21 calls scheduled through November 2026.
And looking ahead, they project 28 annual calls from next year onward.
Exactly. And according to local estimates, that generates roughly 35,000 visitors and about 3.5 million euros in annual economic activity for Agios Nikolaos.
That is a massive influx of capital for the municipality. And there are clear traveler benefits, too. Municipal Port President Dimitris Agapitos noted that passengers get direct walking access right into the city center.
Right, straight to the cafes and the waterfront.
Plus excursions to Spinalonga and access to coastal boat tours.
Yeah, it's a very streamlined passenger experience, and you could tell how important this was by the executives at the inaugural onboard event.
Oh, definitely. Let's list who was there. From Celestyal, you had CEO Chris Theophilides, COO Captain George Kombanis, and Captain Angelos Vasilakos.
And from the local government, Mayor Manolis Menegakis was there, along with Lasithi Vice Governor Giannis Androulakis.
Right. And Celestyal's CCO Lee Hazlitt provided a quote that really summarized the strategy. He said the itinerary combines iconic Mediterranean hotspots with rising star ports.
Which perfectly encapsulates what we're seeing across the region.
It does. And these infrastructural upgrades allowing smaller Mediterranean ports to handle larger vessels leads directly into our next report.
Right, because Royal Caribbean International is returning one of the industry's highest capacity ships to Europe.
Exactly. The Oasis-class Harmony of the Seas is back for a Western Mediterranean program.
And this effectively ends a 5-year absence for the ship in Europe.
It's operating a standard itinerary of week-long sailings right now. You can embark in either Barcelona or Civitavecchia.
With calls scheduled for La Spezia, Naples, Palma de Mallorca, and Marseille.
But to get the ship ready for this European return, it had to undergo a massive dry dock.
Yes, at the Navantia shipyard in Cadiz. That refit ran from April 3 to May 19.
Which is a tight schedule for the amount of work they did. Do we have the worker numbers on that?
We do. They employed 350 sustained workers, and during peak periods, that scaled up to 700 workers on the ship.
Just a huge logistical undertaking, and they executed a rapid transition right after.
Very rapid. It departed Navantia on May 19 and sailed roughly 605 nautical miles to Barcelona in just 2 days.
all to commence a May 21 four-night sailing, which called at Palma de Mallorca and Marseille.
Right. And during that time in Cadiz, they implemented several of their Royal Amplified upgrades.
Let's list those additions plainly. They brought in the lime and coconut tropical pool bar.
Plus El Loco Fresh and Samba Grill.
And there were some specific venue swaps, too. Playmaker's Sports Bar and Arcade officially replaced Sabre in the Boardwalk neighborhood.
And the Pesky Parrot replaced the Bionic Bar on Deck 5.
Which makes sense. But if you were booking a cruise, cabin availability is really the paramount concern.
Oh, absolutely.
And they increased the ship's capacity by approximately 100 staterooms. What exact structural trade-offs were made to fit 100 new cabins?
Well, they had to remove existing public spaces. Specifically, they completely removed the conference center.
Okay, that frees up a lot of room.
It does. And they also removed the Wonderland specialty restaurant to create new inside cabins.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and on top of that, they added new panoramic suites located above the bridge.
Let's review the ship's technical specifications exactly as reported, just to convey the scale of this vessel.
Sure. It is a 226,963 gross ton ship.
Which is massive.
Right.
And it's 1,188 feet long.
Right, spanning 18 decks.
And following these upgrades, it has a capacity for 6,780 guests.
Supported by over 2,300 crew members. And it was originally built in 2016 at Chantier de l'Atlantique in France.
So looking at its future routes, Legend of the Seas will actually take over the Mediterranean itineraries in August.
Yes. Harmony of the Seas is scheduled to depart Barcelona on July 26, 2026.
That's for a 13-night transatlantic crossing to Port Canaveral,
calling at Palma de Mallorca, Cartagena, Malaga, and Cadiz,
before it begins running 2 to 7-night Bahamas and Caribbean sailings. So, while Royal Caribbean focused heavily on physical spaces and dining venues, our final report covers a different kind of upgrade.
Right. MSC Cruises is upgrading the physical wellness options available on board.
They are expanding their MSC Aurea Spa program across their entire 23-ship fleet during 2026.
And it introduces a very clinical tier of services. They are adding medical wellness, cosmetics, skincare, and grooming services.
This is supplementing the traditional spa offerings, like standard massages and thermal areas. Let's list these specific new services because they are quite extensive.
Yeah, they are introducing intravenous or IV therapy,
plus aesthetic injectables, dermal fillers, and permanent makeup.
And it should be noted that all of these will be performed by licensed professionals.
Right. They're also adding professional teeth whitening and hypoallergenic ear piercing,
along with men's grooming services, which include scalp consultations and therapeutic massages.
Now, if you are planning a North American sailing in the near future, you will see these services first. But I want to press on this because there are some clear missing details in their announcement.
There are. MSC strictly reported the services, but they have not named the specific North American ships that will debut the program in summer 2026.
Which is a key piece of information.
Yes. And they also have not released any pricing for the new medical treatments.
We do have the corporate rationale, though. George Schmickler, Senior Vice President of Onboard Revenues, stated that travelers want to return home feeling better than when they left.
And Claudio Salviano, the head of Aurea Spa, said their goal is an immersive and effortlessly accessible wellness experience.
They're also making several technological integrations in the spa.
Right. They are bringing in AI-supported skin assessments, which provide guests with tailored product recommendations.
Along with hydromycodermabrasion,
which is a water or serum-based exfoliation treatment.
And they are utilizing Opatra London skincare devices. Are there any other additions rolling out?
Yes, a Japanese-inspired head spa will be rolling out fleet-wide from summer 2026.
Okay.
And they will also be serving wellness teas from Team Dr. Joseph.
And finally, they mentioned a new wellness pochette for select Aurea Spa guests. It features branded flip-flops and shaving kits.
Though we should plainly state that MSC has not detailed exactly which specific treatments, packages, or cabin categories will include this gift.
Right, so you will just have to wait for those specifics. Well, that covers our reports. To summarize today's brief, we are seeing the industry heavily focused on targeted Mediterranean itinerary shifts, maximizing high-capacity ship enhancements, and the fleet-wide introduction of medical-grade wellness at sea.
It is a very comprehensive approach to passenger demand.
Thanks for listening to Cruise News. Visit cruisenews.io to catch up on the latest updates and sign up for free email alerts.